everyone, my name is James, bringing you another video on the J Fisch channel, and today we are talking about 5 things I hate about my 1984 Corvette. While the 1984 Corvette is an amazing car, and I did make a video on 5 reasons why I loved it, there are also some things about it that are not so great, the first of which is the horsepower. So I'll probably throw up a little thing on screen here of the horsepower from 1984 to 1996, and it went up a lot through the different engines. And in 1984 it started out at an abysmal 205 horsepower and 290 pound-feet of torque. The torque isn't that bad, the car's still really fun to drive, it's just not very fast. The next thing I'd like to talk about that's kind of weird with the 1984 is the fuel pressure. So with the crossfire injection, your fuel pressure is only about 13 psi, and then for like the 1985 and later engines, when you had the L98 engine, I believe the psi, like your fuel pressure, was more along the 45 psi area. That's what I believe. I don't know, fact check me and comment down below if I'm wrong. But that just means that when you go to mod the car and you start opening everything up, your stock pump might have trouble supplying all the fuel needed. The third thing that I really don't like about the car is the cheap plastics, like of the interior. The interior is not the finest quality or the highest quality, and the plastics have started to crack out, but the car is old, so maybe the plastics aren't cheap, and plastics maybe aren't supposed to last 30 some years, I don't know. Moving through this video pretty quick, but I can't hate on this car too much, because if I did hate on it too much, then I probably wouldn't have bought it. So the fourth thing that I don't really like about the car is the targa top, especially the clear ones. My car has a clear targa top, and what happens is over time they'll get little stress fractures in them and start to crack out, and that's not good because they're like $1,200 to replace. And the top being clear is practically useless because when you're driving, you're not looking out the roof of the car, and if you were, you would probably crash and die, which is not cool. Another thing I don't like about the targa top is that you have to have this weird screwdriver thing to get it out, and it's a pain, and it takes 2 people, and you have to set it in the back of the car, and it's just really not worth the effort of taking it out. My friend has a 1975 Stingray with T-tops, and it's really cool because the T-tops just have little levers on them, and you can just pull them out really quick all by yourself, put them in the back, and you're good to go. Now, the final thing that I don't really like about the 1984 Corvette, this really goes for all Corvettes, I think it's just kind of an issue that you just kind of have to learn to deal with. So what I'm talking about is the cramped engine bay. With the cramped engine bay, it's difficult to change spark plugs. Should be a really easy job, and it still is kind of easy, but I still feel like it's too difficult to change the plugs. I changed the plugs and wires when I got the car, and even though it was the first time I did it, and I'm not a mechanic, and it's my first car, it's the first thing I've worked on, I still don't think it should be that difficult just to change some spark plugs. Another problem with the cramped engine bay is if you want to put exhaust headers on, they have trouble fitting, especially lower end ones. You really need to get a nicer pair so they'll fit better and you don't have to bash them in, you don't have to move anything. And getting a nicer pair of headers is like a lot of extra money. Overall, those are just 5 things that I don't really like about the 1984 Corvette. If I hated the car, I wouldn't have bought it, so I can't really pick at it too much. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and a comment down below. Join the fish tank. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time.